Wow, that I didn't think it'd get more painful than the Tennessee game, but oh my god, that was absolutely rough. But let's not waste any time. I guess we still got to talk about this.
Kirk trying to win it to Thielen, caught at the 5. I got 3 words for you. You like that? No!
What's going on, everyone? Nick back with Skull Network, and man, is this one gonna suck to talk about. Oh my god. I know I usually like to talk about, offensive stats and, defensive stats if anything is notable in these recaps, but there are just too many aspects of this game that I need to talk about and really get into and talk about. So I'm not even going to talk about stats right now. For starters, this was definitely a tale of two halves. Obviously, Vikings went up 13-0 into the half. Russell Wilson had only thrown 7 passes. Granted, they were all completed, but Seattle was not really doing anything, and the defense had been stepping up more than we could have ever expected. Then, of course, things really decided to take a turn. Seattle started to come back. Kirk threw that interception. Dalvin Cook got injured, came back, got back out. We still don't know the current status on Dalvin Cook, but if it's any indication, it looks like he should be fine. I mean, the fact that he was able to come back in the first place should be a pretty good sign, but as of right now, I'm recording this 20 minutes after the game ended, so we don't know much. I need to address this every single game, and I'm getting really tired of it, guys. Drew Samia. Get this man off the offensive line. Get this man off the team. Don't put him on the practice squad. Get him out of the league. Come on. I understand that Drew is quite a good run blocker for the most part, but coming into this game, he was ranked dead last among guards, according to PPF, amongst the entire league. And I've seen places say that he is also dead last among all players. And tonight, this didn't help him at all. 3 holding penalties for a total of 30 yards, and it was just at really inopportune times. I just can't stand the guy. I understand Pat Elflein's gone. I never thought I'd say this, but damn, I miss Pat Elflein. All right, so that second half of the game, let me tell you, I've never been so topsy-turvy about a game in my entire life. Seeing Dalvin Cook go down was scary enough because this happens all the time. Kirk throwing that interception scared me a lot because this happens all the time. But what I want to point out is so many people on Facebook, again, right after Kirk threw that interception, get him out of the game, get him out of the league, da-da-da-da-da. Shut the hell up. Do you really think that Sean Mannion would do much better? You think Sean Mannion would go in, throw a, objectively awful interception, then come back and lead a touchdown drive like the way that Kirk did, and then proceed to almost go and win the game against a team like the Seahawks? Hell no. I don't want to hear that anymore. Yes, Kirk is paid a lot. Yes, sometimes he does not play like he is paid. But my God, some people are super damn stupid saying that Sean Mannion would do any better. And I need that to get drilled into your damn skulls. Okay? Cool. Now we're going to talk about that call on 4th down on 4th and goal. I need to set my phone down. This is important. I understand Alexander Mattison had a great game. Him and Mike Boone came and backed up Dalvin better than you could have ever wanted or ever expected. But even if you have a hot hand, you have to remember who is on the other side of the field. Yeah, Russell Wilson. Still probably the front runner for the MVP unless Josh Allen balls out on Tuesday and continues his great run. But when you have the chance to go from up by 5 to up by 8 and make it so even if Seattle scores and gets 2 points, you can still go into overtime. I like our chances better of possibly winning the coin flip in overtime and having Kirk or the running game run down the field again, rather than us trying to stop Russell Wilson in regulation where he has a chance to win the game just by getting a touchdown and kicking a field goal. It just didn't make sense in my eyes, and personally, I was talking to one of my buddies from work, and I say we don't go for it. I'm telling him that. He's like, I give it to Alexander Mattison and all that. And I'm like, I understand. Like I said, I get the hot hand thing. I think in that situation, if you're giving it to anybody, you give it to CJ Ham. It feels like, 80 to 90% of the time, he gets those 4th and inches, 4th and ones, whatever you need. CJ is one of the best fullbacks in the league. Granted, that's not a big sample size, but in my opinion, you either give it to CJ or you give it to Dan Bailey. And I just really think that, if we gave it to Dan Bailey and he more than likely made it, this game might still be going on. I might not be recording this at the time that I am, but man, that was a tough situation. Okay, and lastly, can we talk about that fumble? I understand that there was a low chance of us to win that game anyway, but we were driving down the field in a sense. You had 15 seconds. How can you really dictate a drive? But literally, both announcers, plus the rules analyst and expert that they brought in, they all said that was a forward pass. Why did the refs not say that? I'm sorry, but I feel like this has happened before with Seattle. I could just be losing my mind, but
The game's final play is a Wilson loft to the end zone. which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? The other said no time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And for anyone saying that, oh, even if we do get that call, you know, there probably would have been roughly 6 or 7 seconds left at best. You know, what are the odds that Kirk is able to convert even like a quick pass to get in field goal range or throw a Hail Mary? I don't know. I feel like Kirk has done that before. I mean, oh wait.
6'4". Cousins is trying to get it to the end zone. The Hail Mary from Cousins. It's caught! It's Kyle Root.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So all these people that are naysayers saying like, you know, even if we got that ball, or even if we got the call rather, you know, nothing would have materialized. What are the odds of that? Kirk's done it before. He's done it in this uniform. And you know, it was just a really exciting game. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait to talk to my buddy who's a Seahawks fan about this game because I think he's gonna have some interesting things to say. But man, this was an absolute roller coaster. It was, you know, the Titans game was my favorite to watch as far as the losses this year, but this beats that by a mile. I mean, we almost took out the MVP front runner. The defense stepped up for a little bit. Drew Samia continued to disappoint me, so everything that I expected kind of happened, except for this wasn't as much of a shootout as I wanted, but man, it was still damn entertaining, I tell you what. And man, it was super close. We had never beaten Russell Wilson. We hadn't won in Seattle in forever. Everyone thinks Kirk Cousins can't win on prime time, even though going into this Sunday night game, he had been, I think, 4-2 in Sunday night games with some of the best passing stats you've ever seen on Sunday Night Football. And I mean, obviously, no narratives were shattered here, but I mean, this is, of course, a step in the right direction. It's kind of how I felt after the Tennessee game when we almost beat them, and after the Houston game when we actually won. But, I mean, a loss is a loss, down to 1-4. It's gonna be tough to rebound from this at all if you can, but, I mean, you saw the way that they played for most of the game today. The Vikings have a shot. I mean, they don't have a super cakewalk schedule, but gotta go maybe 9-2, 8-3 or so to finish off the season, hopefully get a playoff spot if possible, but, you know, I'm remaining hopeful, guys. I mean, I love this team with everything that I have, even through moments like this, and, you know, that's all I gotta say about that. And that is my recap of the Minnesota Vikings versus the Seattle Seahawks. Like I said, heartbreaker, roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. It was a great game overall. If you love football, you love this game, and you can't deny that. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the button down below to subscribe, and make sure you like the video as well. If you want to, share the video. No one's gonna stop you. Crack dealer on the corner. You already know. This has been Nick with Skull Network, and I will see you guys in NFL Week 6 picks coming out on Wednesday. Adios.